In the heart of the scorching Egyptian desert, buried beneath centuries of sand and secrets, a team of daring researchers stumbled upon an archaeological treasure that would rewrite history books and unravel a globe-spanning mystery that has perplexed scholars for generations. As they ventured deeper into the unforgiving sands, their excitement grew palpable. What lay beneath the shifting dunes promised to be more extraordinary than anything they had ever imagined. In this video, we'll take you on a thrilling journey through the sands of time, where buried secrets will come to life, and a priceless Egyptian discovery will forever change our understanding of history. It has been preserved for thousands of years within a burial chamber. To the delight of archaeologists, a unique Egyptian sarcophagus has now surfaced from deep under the dunes close to Cairo. They refer to it as a very important dream discovery. The colossal stone coffin has several inscriptions honoring Tanga, the chief of King Ramses I's treasury, the most powerful pharaoh in Egypt. Saqqara is an ancient necropolis located about 20 miles south of Cairo. It was found by Ola El-Agwizi, an emeritus professor of Cairo University's College of Archaeology. El-Agwizi, the leader of the site's archaeological project, discovered Tang's surface-level tomb last year. She has now discovered his subterranean tomb containing the sarcophagus, which may provide more insight into the lives and times of Egypt's post-Tutankhamun rulers. El-Agwizi's team saw the top of a vertical shaft in the middle of the tomb's courtyard, which indicated a route to a burial chamber. However, the 8-meter deep excavation proved to be so profound that it took a week to extract all the sand, even with a bucket connected to a manually powered rope winch. Then El-Agwizi pushed herself down the shaft in that bucket, descending it slowly and dangerously. She was shocked to see the tomb at the bottom. It is very unusual to find a complete sarcophagus in its original tomb. The finding of this sarcophagus in its original location inside the burial hole was very thrilling, El-Agwizi told the Observer, because it is the sarcophagus of the owner of the tomb, which is not always the case. In several cases, when the tomb was utilized at a later era, the sarcophagus is for a different individual. However, such is not the case this time. Tanga had a very important role in the administration of that time, according to her, and his titles indicated in hieroglyphs highlight his proximity to the monarch. She said that the lid of the sarcophagus, which covers the chest with open wings to protect the dead, is engraved with images of gods. One of them is the sky goddess Nut. Now her team will examine it to learn the whole life narrative of Tanga. Harvard University Egyptology professor Peter Dermanuilian stated, "Saqqara is one of the most significant tombs for both royals and non-royals throughout the millennia of Egyptian history. This Egyptian crew has contributed yet another significant chapter to the site's history." Manuelian's book, Walking Among Pharaohs, George Reisner and the Dawn of Modern Egyptology, a biography of the best archaeologist in America who oversaw several digs and recognized the significance of Saqqara, will soon be published by Oxford University Press. "I'm always pleased to see Egyptian archaeologists making these discoveries," Manuelian said of El-Agwizi. "Western archaeologists have long been doing this kind of work. Thus, it's wonderful to witness their own findings, and it's much more welcome because she's an Egyptian woman archaeologist and a woman archaeologist in general." El-Agwizi's fabulous discovery was praised by documentary series producer Tom Cook, who said of the grandmother, "She's in her 70s, and she's still going out there doing this really quite hazardous job," saying that there was no assurance that anything fascinating would be within since tomb raiders invaded these tombs so regularly. He pointed out that a portion of the lid had been broken off, suggesting that goods had been taken from burials by ancient tomb thieves. Thus, they didn't understand anything really amazing was there until they arrived at the last room. A prominent figure called Wadii passed away during the Pyramid era of Egypt and was buried in the huge royal cemetery that currently sits in the desert to the west of contemporary Cairo. At the Saqqara archaeological site, his brightly adorned tomb, which seems to be intact, was recently discovered around 16 feet below the surface of the sand. During a news conference earlier today to reveal the finding, Mustafa Waziri, Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, said that this burial is one of a kind in the last decades. The tomb is nearly 4,400 years old, but the color is nearly intact. The owner of the tomb was a court official for King Neferkare of the 5th dynasty of the Old Kingdom. The titles of the dead, as well as his name, are revealed via hieroglyphs etched into the stone above the tomb's door: Royal Overseer, Inspector of the Holy Boat, and Priest for Cleansing. To put it simply, what we have is a rock-cut tomb chapel. An email from University of Bristol Egyptologist Aidan Dodson said, "The public area of the complex, where relatives, friends, and priests could come and leave offerings for the dead, is what has been revealed thus far." Dodson was not involved in this undertaking. Measuring 33 feet broad in the north to south, 10 feet east to west, and around 10 feet tall, the grave's rectangular gallery is covered with painted reliefs, sculptures, and inscriptions that are all impressively intact after so many centuries. The reliefs show Wadii, his wife Werit Ptah, and mother Merit Meen, along with commonplace themes like sailing, hunting, offering making, and producing items like pottery and furniture for funerals. 26 smaller niches near the floor are filled with large painted sculptures of the priest and his family, and one large figure of an unnamed individual, either standing or sitting with his legs crossed in the role of scribe. According to Dodson, the rest of the decoration is made up of scenes intended to magically recreate the environment in the next world, in particular, the production of food to sustain the dead for eternity, and the receipt of offerings. The quantity and diversity of the sculptures are uncommon. Within the tomb, the group of Egyptian archaeologists excavating here discovered 5 shafts. While the others are sealed, one was unsealed and contained nothing, which presents intriguing possibilities. According to press sources, work on the sealed shafts might start as early as tomorrow. This shaft should lead to a coffin or a sarcophagus of the tomb owner, Waziri stated, offering his best estimate as to where the discoveries would likely be found. The deceased's grave goods may be stored in other shafts. The tomb of the high priest is situated along a ridge that has only been partially excavated. Digging there will continue in January, and maybe further discoveries will be made. We hope you've been as intrigued and spellbound by the revelations of this priceless Egyptian discovery as we have been. The mysteries of our past continue to be unlocked, piece by piece, by intrepid researchers and explorers, shedding light on the remarkable achievements of ancient civilizations. If you've enjoyed this exploration into the depths of history and archaeology, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell. By doing so, you'll stay updated on our latest discoveries and adventures as we continue to delve into the world's most fascinating mysteries.